Grenades are still being tossed in. SiegeGG going aggressive now. Knows one is around the fountain. Will pick up that kill onto Groovy. And that is going to be Kendra to respond, though.
And there's Alems. It's blow for blow, but they've been able to throw themselves inside the side. Astro suddenly all that's left on the far end of CC. They struck from the multiple angles. There's at least one back. It's a 2 versus nobody. Alems has the cover just to make sure. No safety at all. Just hits the side of the hatch. Looks for the fight and finds it. SiegeGG takes the head off of Kendrew. There's the at least one back. Savage is on the rotate. Maybe he's waiting for a little bit more of a presence to be made on CC door. Groovy finds a fight. BDS suffers on the swing round, but it's Savage that goes down at the end of it. The breach starts to come through, but 20 seconds. There is still an option and an opportunity, but it's not his. BDS takes the kill, takes the fight. They're going to have to go for a plan B. The first time we've seen a big pickup, and wow, that doesn't quite work out either. Astro, they know he's close. That flash is going to go over the top, and BDS goes down the bottom, takes care of Savage. SiegeGG is going to get picked back up, but Kendrew locks it all down. Round on the swing, the UMP does the work, and suddenly we've got the other new boy in a clutch situation as we had from the others. Here it is. Close. Gets that. Very good pick up there. It's just down to the defenders really to throw at this point. Tucks himself close. The drop comes through. The pre-fire and the spray. There's one. He's looking for the next. He doesn't quite know where they are. They've dropped. He's going to hold himself. Astro, he pulled back. He played it with caution. He's waiting for the timer to tick out. They're just off. But he is inside the site now, and that's going to be a little bit of cause for concern. They have the vertical control. They can try and shut it down, and Kendra and Groovy do just that. There's 2 apiece. I think Kendra was inside the site, but look, in fact, was locked down from a player above, a 5 versus 2. This is what I talked about before. I said Secret don't want a round to be a little bit close. They want to be in full control.
Especially with how spread out Team Secret currently is. Finds the first, though, as he needs to find 4 more.
Pulled further back into the bathrooms. They can swing from the other side. They're stacked up waiting for exactly that approach. And they didn't quite know where they was because they also still had vertical. They also still had these power positions that the keep a barrier for a bit of support. There's pressure from either side though, and Astro's here to offer some of his own. The swing round is scrappy, but it's locked in. SiegeGG gets one. Licky Fack is able to get a very quick response though. But you look at what's been removed there. A couple of grenades, a couple of that pressure. Groovy and Astro on the other side, and now Sleben too. Tried to hang in. It's at least one back in their favor here. Secret can play against it with a limited time left. There it is. The plant is going down. They should be able to pick up this and go like that. And then no, they miss it. The cover came through. They didn't quite have the right angle, and there it is, a post plant as a grenade pops off. Kendrew's all that's left, but not for very long. BDS.
One player spotted in the bathroom. They know where these last 3 players are now, but do still lose out on the gunfight there. It's a great pick from Sleben, but Renshiro will be able to reply, and suddenly the site has fallen.
Hefty pings and the spray through. They've crept onto it. Sleben with the pre-fire. They can't quite get the angle. They're watching either side. Renshiro somehow wins it out against Sleben, and it's Groovy able to get one back, a 1 versus 1. SiegeGG on the second story, the smoke trying to stop the player. He wants to give himself a sneaky little angle here just to get the long arm defuse. It's a very clever ploy, but he's not getting the pop-up. The second canister will be the one that buys him the time to not quite get it. SiegeGG.
Now SiegeGG has this verticality. He can shut down anybody out there if he really wants to take that fight. And well, with Groovy opening up with the sledgehammer as well, that is just the wrong timing. He still finds the kill though.
Well, SiegeGG was a little bit slow to start on this game, but he's starting to slow down anything Secret does. They've stacked themselves up, and look at this. There's somebody trying to say hello, opens themselves an angle and loses to it. Alem's caught by a swing round. Didn't expect Kendrew to be so close.
Definitely open it up there. It's SiegeGG that went down by Kendrew. That's a very long angle. Yeah, I was going to say, was quite confused how he went down there, but that is going to be Licky Fack gone as well. It's only up to BDS now in a 1v2 clutch. Now
they know exactly where he is. They want to throw this flash and move behind it. That's what they do. The burn, the swing. It's BDS for the first. He cannot find the second. Groovy just locks in the round there for Secret. 2 versus 5.
This could be a very quick plant. Together with the Amaru coming in from the sandwich window.
This is a plant
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, the Ossa Shield's going to go down the cover of the smoke to make sure that they can catch it. They're going onto sandwich window as well. The engagement's theirs. They can just plant behind the Ossa Shield if they want it, but they don't want it. They're going very deep with the Ossa. They pull away from the default place here. Suddenly it's a 4 versus 2, and well, it's a 4 versus 1 because the glass is the watch down of the smoke. They expect it on one side. There's one. There's no more. And that is a pocket plant that I have seen and ran myself.
as long as players are around that have shotguns or impact or any other form of explosive, you never really save, as Likafak is going to be able to put up a double kill on the board with his SMG.
The pressure from directly above nets in one more.
BDS will be the first one they meet. It's going to be the Legion Mine that gives it away.
They're all 10 players on the board, though, and that might turn into a bit of pressure here for the side of Secret. They've got to put together something short, sharp, and fast, and Kendru's going to be the tip of that. They'll know where he is roughly, and I think Likafak is... Oh, he's looking for the angle through. BDS puts them in the 3 versus 3. BDS puts them in the 3 versus 2. 15 seconds. They've got to try and act now, regardless of what they do. Groovy, he's rotating around now. He's dropped himself down. They're going for a flat cover here. The chance on the plant comes together. There's a bit of a break, but there is Likafak, and there is BDS to lock it off. And BDS push themselves onto map point. They have his scent and his number, so he just tries to shake it off a little.
Oh, the suppressor.
Oh, that's a bit of a reveal. The suppressor, and Alems gets a bit of revenge there against Astro and gets a little bit more. Swings round. Savage finds Shaiko. Gets CC, but Alems keeps the Eastern Stairs his, and Savage. It's nice to have the 1.0, but it's nicer to have the 3 points. There he goes, Savage.
Well, they know he's behind the A bomb chassis now. This might be problematic, but the smoke canister should be able to stop this. Savage now knows where BDS is. He's trying to swing around the corner, but he gets picked up by Renshiro. They played off each other's contact, and that way they will still lock out that 1v2. But we've seen so many clutches happen today. Wouldn't have been surprised if that one ended the other way around as well.
What's going on today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm all right. Missed you in Berlin, but after today, I think there's a lot to talk about. First up, let's talk about your boot camp. It looks pretty sick. Are you guys in Switzerland? Is this where the BDS HQ is?
Yeah, exactly. We are in Geneva, in Switzerland, in the BDS gaming house, and that's it. It's big. It's good.
Looks like you guys are having fun. And I want to ask you about Likafak, of course, who's joined in. For those that aren't so well versed in the French scene, Likafak is a player that has been on everybody's radar for a long time. But what spurred you to make the change? Because I'm sure it was not an easy one.
Obviously it wasn't an easy one. Rafael was like an inside player in the team. We needed the change because we needed to bring more fresh, more like a power fire.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Firepower, yeah.
And firepower, yeah, sorry. And that's it. We needed someone that is more of a ranked play style, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And more aggressive and stuff. That's what the main decision.
So does that change in player and in direction, as you're saying, fit with also replacing BIOS, on the team and just looking for a new play style for the team?
To be honest, BIOS was an insane coach,
mm-hmm.
but he was more on the strategical part of that, and he was doing it insanely good,
mm-hmm.
To be honest. But we needed someone that is a bit less strategical and more about hype and giving us energy. That's why we decided to take Stuflex.
Fair enough. And Stuflex, of course, is a very experienced French player all the way in Vitality days. For those that, we talked about it here in the pre-game, Vitality Stuflex, so a lot of people would have known in the day. Now it's BDS Stuflex for competition. So, Alems, you're showing up, and Fresh was just talking about it here on the desk in the post-game, saying, first of all, we all know how good Shaiko is, right? And you put in Likafak, who we all know is also very good. He gets, he outplays Shaiko on the first day. Then Shaiko wants to outplay him, and it keeps going and going and going and going. Is this sort of motivation that you expect to see in the team?
To be honest, we're not looking at the stats. We're not like a stats team. We just play for the win. Obviously, Shaiko is like very, very good, but we are also very, very good. I mean, Renshiro can drop 17 kills next game. You don't know, and but I'm very happy about Like for this game. His first EUL game, he did very great, and it's like very good to play alongside him. very good player.
Did it feel very refreshing for you today? You know, hey, a change of pace, change of scenery, going into boot camp altogether, and then competing for your first day. Did it feel more energizing today?
Yeah, to be honest, like I am type of player that prefer to play with like people surrounded by me. I'm like more hype, so yeah, I'm feeling good. I think the team is feeling good as well, and it shows today. Like I think we played kind of very good.
And one last thing, was it a month or so ago we saw BDS kind of crafting your, I guess, LAN locations around Shaiko in the middle, which is not something that used to happen in the past. It's something that you're also doing here in bootcamp, or maybe we're reading too much into it.
So what happened? You want the full story?
Go ahead. I love stories.
Okay. So it was at the Charlotte Major when we were doing setup, before the group stage starts. Renshiro, I think it was, said, guys, let's switch places, like random. Maybe it will work. Like, I mean, it's Renshiro. Like, Renshiro is the type of guy that's saying, I mean, he's not wrong, but he's the type of guy that's saying, guys, if we all get one kill, we win the round. It's like that type of guy.
5 bullets to win.
Exactly. So, like he said, okay, guys, let's maybe switch. Maybe we will, maybe we'll break the curse, kind of. And so I was like, okay, I'm going like on the side. Like I don't want to see anyone else. Like I want to go like on the side. And I don't know why, but when I was doing my setup, I didn't feel good, like being on the side. So at the last time, I said, guys, is it possible to put me back in the middle again? And then we played it like that, and we lost. And after, for Gamers 8, we are like, okay, let's do it. And we did it. And that's it.
So see, sometimes the Reddit analysts read too much into it and, overcomplicate. In reality, this is the story. Here it is. You got the scoop from the man himself. So Lems, thank you very much for finally clearing everything up. And question, how long will you be staying in bootcamp Switzerland?
We are here for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we are leaving after the next match we have against Wolves.
Okay, that's very good. You still have more time to prepare all together. It's a great team bonding experience. I'm very happy that that'll be the case. And maybe next week you and I get to chat again about the games and the setup for that. Anything you want to say to the fans? We just started the stage. Are we going to see BDS back in action at the major? Are people supposed to start getting hyped up for it?
So thanks you for the interview, of course, Miloš. Thanks to all the casting crew and the analyst crew. Thanks to all the people that are supporting us. Thanks a lot. And we will do everything to qualify for the next major and the next SI. Just thank you. Merci à tous. Et voilà, on va tout faire pour vous rendre fiers.
Thank you very much, Lems, and thank you so much for joining us from your bootcamp. I hope you guys have the next few days to prepare, and we hope to see you in our next post-game interview. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you guys.
Bye.